What's up, my boys? It's your mother loving Starboy. So we back at it with going through the storefront of Play Asia to see what deals they have for us this week. So as mentioned in my previous video, I got a little bit off track from last weekend, and that was due to me being out of town for a local gaming convention. But yeah, so after this week, we'll get back to the regularly scheduled program. But I just wanted to hop in here and look at some of the clearance sales they have for mainly we're going to focus on PlayStation and Nintendo. But if we see anything else, we'll look into those as well. But yeah, just wanted to see what sales they have for us this week. And just starting off here, they got a couple games here that I personally haven't heard of. Like Chaos Code, New Sign of Catastrophe. They got that sitting at $14 here. Also, Dead in Vinland, True Viking Edition, sitting at $10. Well, some of these games I want to do a little bit of research here, but they just based off the prices, I might just go ahead and take a look at it, because, like I said, with the future of the physical market, I think Nintendo Switch is probably going to be, or the OG Switch is going to be really collectible in the future. And just some of these niche titles are going to be really hard to find later on. So, like I said, I'm going to keep my eye on these couple, even the ones I hadn't heard of or wouldn't really consider. But those are, pretty decent prices. For anything under $20 and it's a niche title, yeah, that's something I'm definitely going to keep my eye on. But at any rate, let's keep going here. They also, let's see, and I think I mentioned this a couple of videos ago as well too. They got Startup Company here. They also have a deluxe edition version of this game. But yeah, Startup Company at $8 there. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise sitting at almost $100 there. Goodness gracious. Alright, let's see. They got the Harvest Moon down to $26 there. They got that half off, so let's see what else here. If you're into card games, they got Card Fight here, down to $40. Alright, let's go to the next page here. You only got 4 pages for the Switch, so that's not too bad. Paradigm Paradox down to $33, and B Project $46 there. Any you Harry Potter fans here got the Harry Potter Quidditch Champions Deluxe Edition down to $14. Yeah, see, niche titles like this, Fairy Tale, never heard of that game, but I don't know if that's like, let's see, I'm thinking that's just because it has the angel symbol there. I'm thinking it's like, it's definitely an import, so I don't think that's particularly a title that we would have here in the States. So let's see, we got Police Simulator here for $29. Actually, you know what? I think we'll add that to the wish list there. Now I think that's just the regular price, but I'm going to keep my eye on it just to see if it comes down at all. Also, I'm going to add Transformers here, because I think both of these are like regular price. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to keep my eye on all those two as well. here's another fitness game. Like that reminds me of the fitness boxing that was sold at Target. I don't know if they're still making any games in that series, but yeah, there goes another version of it. Let's see, page 3. Got Monopoly up there. You had a fishing game up there. Your yearly NBA game there. Alright, and page 4. Alright, let's see. There goes Nick Jr. Party Adventure for the kiddos out there. Let's see. There's another import right there. Let's see, yeah, another import that I have no idea what it's about, but yeah, sometimes like off a whim, sometimes I'll just check out some of those niche titles just to see, just out of curiosity. All right, so let's. Alright, before we check that, let's see. Yeah, let's check out the PlayStation side of things here. Let's see. Was that the clearance section? Yeah, okay. Got over the clearance section here. Alright, Unknown 9 Awakening down to $20 there. Actually, One Piece Odyssey here, down to $50. That's definitely something I would definitely. Man, this is a wish list. I think I'm pretty sure I got this on the Switch, but that's definitely. We'll keep an eye on the PS5 version as well too, especially any game that's tied to a popular series. That's definitely one to keep an eye on. Because especially with like the PlayStation 5, with them doing away with physicals, I think that'll definitely be worth something a little bit later. There goes Harry Potter again, down to $15. Now that's, in all fairness, I get the popularity of Harry Potter, and to be honest, that should have been a series that I got into. But surprisingly, I mean, because it has all the elements of stuff that I'll like to watch, like yes, you know, the magic and storytelling and all that. But for whatever reason, like because I loved Lord of the Rings growing up, but for whatever reason, I just never got into Harry Potter. Never seen any of I haven't seen any of the movies. Haven't played any of the games. It just never, for whatever reason, I can't explain. I can't give you a valid reason why. I just never never got into it. Yeah, and to be honest, I really can't make it make sense. For Honor, the deluxe edition, down to $22. $22 there. This is PS4 version. Lords of the Fallen, right at $13 now. I'm gonna add that to the wish list. Yeah, I've heard it's kind of a game in the background there, but yeah, I've heard a little bit about that game. At some point, I want to pick that up and just to see what it's about. The Let's Sing series still holding on. Like the Let's Sing and Just Dance, like those are two series. Those are another yearly series too that just won't just won't go away. I mean nothing. I mean not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just like every year it's just a new updated list of whatever's current at the time. Got Outriders here down to $15. Oh, Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, down to $16 here. That's another one too that I would highly consider add to your inventory there, because like I said, anything like of course the anything that's attached to like a bigger project, I think we'll definitely have some pull over the next few years. You know, after we see what happens when the PS6 comes out. So these PS5 games, there's definitely going to be a market. I have a feeling there's definitely going to be a market for it after the fact. Far Cry 6 down to $27 there. Oh, two point campus down to $10. You know what? I'll add that to the wish list too. Yeah, I know the two. Oh, just what happened? Oh yeah, the 2 point series, 2 point campus series. It's kind of a different different series, but I know it's for the people that follow. I mean, I really enjoy it. So, oh, here goes Immortal Phoenix Rising down to $12, and that game too is another one that like it's a different take on the like a more of a comedic take on the Greek mythology series, not quite as serious as God of War, and it's one of those ones too that like if you're not really into like that type of humor, you're not really gonna like it. I thought it was a different take. I remember I played it on the Switch and had a really good time with it. So here goes Lego Horizons down to $26 there. Here goes another entry to the Ease series down to $30. Also, Paw Patrol for the kiddos out there. Paw Patrol on a roll. Yeah, some of these games are they're popping up like on a couple of different pages here. So I'll try not to. I'll do my best not to do a repeat of any of the ones I've already called out. Borderlands 3 down to $23 there. Soul Calibur. Oh, that's actually not on sale, but Soul Calibur. Horizon Zero Dawn, the complete edition, down to $29 there. There goes Rise of the Tomb Raider. If you haven't gotten a physical copy of that, down to $31 there. Now with the Tomb Raider series, I'm really looking forward to the next century that's coming in soon. And also limited run, I think it was limited run. You know, they have the physical copy coming in for the Switch 2, I think. I don't think there's a Switch 1 version of that. I'm like 85% sure there's not a Switch 1 version, but yeah, oh, speaking of which, there goes the PS4 version of it as well. But yeah, Limited Run is doing a version for the Switch 2, and I think they have like a regular version, a collector's edition for that as well. We got Funko Fusion here, down to $15. Now this is kind of an interesting game to me that they took the. I never got into collecting Funko Pops, but it's just interesting that they turned it into a video game. I don't know, it's just an interesting version of, or interesting title turned into a video game there. Yeah, and with the Tomb Raider series, like I've played through, like, or at least the more recent ones, or the last trilogy there. Played through that like a couple different times now, and I had a really good time like with that series. But of course, anything Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, I'm gonna be all about it. And I'm going through some of the like the other like in between titles I've missed, like with the Lara Croft collection. There were some titles in there that like kind of the in between titles that I never got around to. So I think most of those in between titles, if I can find them on the Switch, I'm gonna be playing them on the Switch. I think I got another version. I think it was on Steam too. I got a version on Steam that I got into there for a little bit. But while we're waiting on this new version of Lara Croft to come in, I'm playing through those and the original trilogy there as well. Oh, Chivalry 2 down to $12 there. Alright, we're just about done here. Let's see. Another kind of racing simulator here, or maybe it's more of an arcade type. I'm not sure, but yeah, down to $13 there. Alright, and we are going up to the last page here. Alright, that looks like that's gonna be the end of it for this week. But yeah, let's just take a look at some of these PlayAsia exclusives here. But yeah, there goes a couple of highlights of the PlayAsia exclusives, if you're having interest in any of those. But anyway, thanks for stopping by, and if you do decide to buy from here on PlayAsia, remember that I have a link connected to the channel and through Instagram. If you decide to buy, it would help the channel out greatly if you click on that link first before you purchase. And then if you whenever you decide to do your shopping, and check out through that link, and I'll help out. But anyway, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you in the next one. Starboy out.